Okay, let's see what we can do with this photocopier as well as this Galaxy S8, S20, not S8, Galaxy S20 Plus. So I'm trying to get used to. It's not as easy to use as the S8 Plus, and even switching it on and off, I've had to use YouTube to find out how to turn this thing off as well as on. So the YouTube was really useful. So it goes to show that people who design these equipments doesn't have any idea of what's user friendly and all that sort of shit. But, what can I do? I have to have a new phone because my other one, S8 Plus, was getting a bit unstable, uploading to Facebook, especially when the files were huge. When I did my large files, it just kept rejecting my uploads. I couldn't get anything to work in that area with the large uploads. So if the upload went for like roughly 15 minutes or more, forget it, the phone wouldn't do it. It would just glitch out on me. Anyway, we're doing this. We're photocopying this Aldi Fresh Aussie Picks. Sounds like nose picks to me. I do have funny words, things for things, I must say. Fresh Aussie nose picks, I like to call it. Pick your nose. I hate when people pick their nose and they don't wash their hands. Like they're picking in a public place or at work, and you know that they're going to touch the things that they touch things with their dirty mitts, and then you end up touching it and they spread a disease around like the coronavirus. Shit, that's not good. Let's see what we have here. Nose picking aside, that didn't turn out too fast. Well, it looks interesting, but it's not what I want. But basically, yeah, I just hate it when people just pick their noses in public or anywhere where they're going to touch something and you're going to touch it sooner or later, and you're going to have to put up with their germs, and you know it's there. It's not just a case of, sometimes it's best not to know because it's just so disgusting, and you have no power to stop people from picking their noses and leaving it all over the things like at work. When you're working with them, it's really disgusting. I really find nose picking really gross. If I'm going to pick my nose, which I do, I like to do it in the bathroom, and I wash my hands and under my fingernails, to be brutally honest. But basically, generally speaking, I have no liking or acceptance of people who just pick it while they're in public or at work, and they don't do it in the bathroom. They don't clean their hands after themselves and clean them thoroughly. So let's see how we go with this. Okay, that looks interesting. Someone's got their car on at the moment. I can hear them. It sounds like it's a real rev heads kind of a car. Yeah, it's a Beamer, a BMW right out the front. I can just hear it. Sounds like a bit of a Hoonmobile or something, or maybe it's running a bit rough, but it's a Beamer. I don't like Beamers, they're for rich people. Don't like the people who drive BMWs typically, because they're rich, and rich people just do a load of shit. And even the rich are going to feel the pain of the coronavirus, because when the shit hits the proverbial fan, it's like you can't really duck for cover when it's everywhere. And the rich are going to suffer almost as much as the poor to a certain extent. So yeah, it's not a good thing that's happening at the moment with the coronavirus. And yeah, and spreading the germs with your fingers when you're picking your nose, that's pretty gross. That is really gross. It is gross. I don't understand how people think it's okay to pick their noses and touch things and get everything dirty. But they somehow do. Yeah, that's looking quite nice. Still, I think it could be a lot better. I do like that little bit there, and maybe we can take a section out of this. But yeah, nose picking is just not a nice thing for people to do. No, we don't want double one. I'm going to think how big we're going to make this. 200 on the horizontal and 200 on the vertical. We could have selected that in one go, but anyway, we didn't. So this is our first one, and this is this. I've got a feeling I'm going to want less than 200. That it looks too... I want that little bit, and that's not going to be... I don't know. Fuck it. I don't understand what your intuition's trying to tell me. Or maybe I've just got to move it into a different area. So we're just going to line that up. But yeah, I'm sick of this nose picking people who just mess things up. I mean, yeah, we all have to pick our noses, folks, just like we all have to wipe our asses. I mean, seriously. This is getting a bit blurry sometimes. Anyway, that looks quite interesting. Wondering where the centre of the job is going to be. Looks like that's more centre worthy than this. This looks shit house. So we're just going to switch it around. We're just going to turn it around. We're going to make it a different one. So we're going to put that little bit. I don't know how I'm going to place it in here. It's going to be a bit of a hit and miss. But basically, yeah, I don't understand why people just pick their noses and they don't care about other people around them. But I don't know why we've decided to talk about nose picking at such an extent. But, you know, it makes things a bit better variety, I suppose. It's nice to have variety in life, to talk about important issues that really mean something. I'm actually thinking we're going to have to enlarge it more here. Wondering... So on the horizontal, we're going to make it 260, and on the vertical, we're going to make it 230. See how it works. Okay, out it comes. Yeah, that looks interesting, but I think we've enlarged it too far off on the horizontal. I think the horizontal should go a bit smaller. That looks all right. I think that looks better. But we're going to make this one, yeah, on the horizontal look a bit smaller. So 230. We're going to leave that there like so. This phone is physically larger, just a bit, than my S8 Plus, which is going to make it more harder for me to keep my hands steady when I'm shooting, especially when I've had very little practice over the past few weeks doing demos. I haven't demoed for about nearly 3 weeks. Going to make this a bit smaller again, but basically, yeah, we're just a bit out of practice and the muscles are a little bit less exercised. Going to make this one 210. Okay, out it comes. yeah, that looks a bit better now that we've got that bottom bit. So I'm wondering if we're going to leave it like that, or we're going to make this into a mirror image. Wondering where the centre of this job, I figured it was there. Okay. Yes, got this one. Yes, a nose picking, not a very nice public or workplace habit. A lot of people do it, and it's disgusting. I mean, seriously. But I just got caught on that nose picking talk because of that word pick. I always think nose pick when I think pick for some reason. It was out of a tissue advertisement, I think, which said, "This is it. This is our best pick, or your best, something to do with best pick," and it was to do with advertising facial tissues. That's where I got it from. I just can't remember the exact way they phrased it, so that people would buy more tissues of that brand. So, our number one pick, or something like that. Anyway, enough about nose picking. It's so yucky, disgusting. Okay, well, that's come up better than I thought. I think now we can call this demo quits.